Have you ever looked around your life and thought, everything is going well? You have a roof over your head, food on your table, people who care about you. Maybe you're even making more money than you did a few years ago. From the outside, your life looks exactly the way you once dreamed it would. So why do you still wake up some mornings feeling like something is missing? Why does happiness disappear so quickly? Why do good moments never seem to last? And why does an empty feeling quietly return, even after everything you've worked so hard to achieve? If you've ever asked yourself those questions, you're not broken. You're experiencing something millions of people feel, but very few understand. Because the problem isn't your life. The problem is the way your brain was designed to experience it. There's a strange kind of loneliness that has nothing to do with being alone. You can be surrounded by friends, laugh at dinner, go to work, reply to messages, smile in photos, and still feel like you're only pretending to be present. Most people never talk about this feeling because they think it sounds ungrateful. They tell themselves, I have a good life, so why do I feel like this? Then guilt appears. Now you're not only empty, you feel guilty for being empty. So instead of asking why it happened, you hide it. You distract yourself. You keep moving. But hidden emotions never disappear. They simply wait until life becomes quiet again. Here's something most people never realize. Your brain has never cared about making you happy. Its first job has always been survival. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors didn't spend their days chasing happiness. They spent their days avoiding danger, finding food, protecting their families, surviving another night. The human brain evolved to notice problems much faster than peace. Because missing one danger could mean death. But missing one beautiful sunset didn't matter. That ancient survival system still exists inside you today. Your brain constantly scans for what's missing, what's uncertain, what could go wrong next. Which means even when your life becomes objectively better, your brain quickly shifts its attention toward the next problem waiting to be solved. Not because you're negative. Because that's exactly how survival works. Think about something you once desperately wanted. Maybe it was your first paycheck, your first car, a better phone, a promotion, or finally moving into a nicer home. Remember how exciting it felt before you got it? Now ask yourself something. How long did that excitement actually last? A week? Maybe a month? Then something strange happened. It became normal. The thing that once felt extraordinary quietly became ordinary. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Your brain quickly adapts to improvement. Not because it's ungrateful. Because adaptation helped humans survive. Imagine if early humans became completely satisfied after finding food one time. They would stop searching. Eventually, they wouldn't survive. So your brain keeps pushing you toward the next achievement, the next goal, the next upgrade, the next destination. And that's why success often feels much smaller than we imagined it would. Not because success is meaningless, but because your brain was built to keep moving. Now think about an ordinary day. You wake up, check your phone, scroll for a few minutes, read a few messages, watch a short video, open another app, go to work, come home, watch something, Sleep. Repeat. Nothing feels terrible. But nothing feels deeply meaningful either. Little by little, life becomes a series of habits instead of experiences. We're constantly stimulated, but rarely fulfilled. Every notification gives a tiny burst of dopamine. Every new video. Every new post. Every new purchase. For a few seconds, it feels good. Then the feeling disappears. So we look for another hit. Another distraction. Another reason to avoid sitting quietly with ourselves. The strange part is, the more we chase temporary pleasure, the harder it becomes to feel lasting satisfaction. Because pleasure and meaning are not the same thing. One disappears in seconds. The other can stay with you for years. If success isn't enough, and pleasure doesn't last, then what is your brain really searching for? The answer isn't more happiness. It's meaning. There's a huge difference between the two. Happiness is a feeling. Meaning is a direction. Happiness comes and goes. Meaning stays, even on difficult days. Think about a parent waking up at 3 in the morning to comfort a crying baby. They're exhausted. They're not happy in that moment. But what they're doing has meaning. Think about a doctor working through the night to save a patient's life. It's stressful. It's painful. But it's meaningful. Think about an artist spending hundreds of hours creating something that may never become famous. The work is difficult. But the process gives life purpose. Meaning doesn't remove pain. It gives pain a reason. And that's something temporary pleasure can never replace. Have you ever noticed something strange? The moments that stay with us the longest are rarely the moments when we bought something new. Instead, we remember helping someone, comforting a friend, making someone laugh, teaching someone a skill, being there when another person needed us. Why? Because human beings weren't designed to live only for themselves. Our brains are deeply wired for connection. Research has shown that acts of kindness activate reward systems inside the brain that often create deeper satisfaction than buying another possession. That's why many successful people eventually turn toward mentoring, volunteering, building communities, or helping others grow. Not because they have nothing else to do. Because they discovered something money couldn't give them. A reason beyond themselves. And sometimes, that's exactly what's been missing. Many people spend years asking, what is my purpose? As if purpose is hiding somewhere, waiting to be discovered. But purpose doesn't usually appear like lightning. It grows slowly. One decision at a time. One conversation at a time. One habit at a time. The people who seem to have purpose weren't born with it. They created it. By showing up consistently. By learning. By failing. By improving. By serving others. Waiting to feel inspired before taking action rarely works. Action creates clarity. Not the other way around. You don't need your entire future planned. You only need one meaningful step today. Imagine waking up tomorrow and changing nothing dramatic. No new job. No new city. No expensive vacation. Instead, you go outside before checking your phone. You watch the sunrise. You call someone you love. You spend 30 minutes learning something new. You help one stranger. You write down 3 things you're grateful for. None of those moments will go viral. None of them will impress social media. But together, they slowly rebuild something far more valuable. Your relationship with your own life. Meaning is rarely created by extraordinary moments. It's built from ordinary moments repeated with intention. Maybe nothing is wrong with your life. Maybe you've simply been asking it to provide something it was never designed to give. No achievement can permanently eliminate uncertainty. No amount of money can guarantee peace. No relationship can completely fill every emotional space inside you. Those things matter. But they aren't the foundation. The foundation is how you choose to experience your days. Your attention. Your values. Your relationships. Your purpose. The emptiness you feel isn't always a sign that you're failing. Sometimes, it's an invitation. An invitation to stop chasing more. And start building deeper. One day, you'll look back at this chapter of your life. And you'll realize, you weren't empty because you lacked success. You were empty because you had forgotten what truly made you feel alive. Life isn't asking you to become someone else. It isn't asking you to earn more. Or prove more. Or impress more people. Sometimes, life is simply asking you to slow down. To notice. To connect. To create. To give. Because in the end, people rarely remember how busy they were. They remember how deeply they lived. So if you've been feeling empty lately, don't immediately assume something is wrong with you. Instead, ask yourself a different question. What would make today feel meaningful? Not perfect. Not exciting. Just meaningful. Start there. One small step. One real conversation. One quiet moment. One act of kindness. Because happiness comes and goes. But a meaningful life is built one intentional day at a time. Good night. And until next time, take care of your mind. Because the life you've been searching for may begin the moment you stop searching and start living.